Hey, Dub Nation, it's Chris Paul, and you're listening to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
Well, thank you, Chris. It's wonderful to hear your voice. Wonderful to have you here with the Warriors. Thank you for your adulthood.
Now go score a basket.
But also, things do kind of look like I feared they might. I don't even want to, assess Chris Paul in that sort of way. He's 38 years old. So when you're like, make a shot. I don't know. Poor guy's 38. What the hell you want from him? Where do you see some of us play knockout in a couple of weeks?
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but the legs go. They go. And if you've had major surgeries on them, they go earlier, Clay. So
Dibber.
We can, all of us, we can talk about all of these guys. I like where our conversation went moments ago because nothing compares to the, I'm not going to go Sinead O'Connor on you.
Thank you.
Nothing compares to, thank you, not too long ago, right?
Yeah, about a year,
Yeah. Has it been a year? That feels like that was a month ago.
It does, right?
Was it a year ago?
It was probably 8 months ago.
No. I need to. A quick aside. When was that? She passed away.
July.
So
5 months almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So split the difference.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway. All right.
Anyway.
Nothing compares to the disappointment this year of Andrew Wiggins. You say whatever you want about Chris Paul, Jonathan Kuminga, or Klay Thompson. Draymond's attitude. You can do whatever. Nothing compares to the eyebrow raising of yo, what is going on with Andrew Wiggins? I have no guesses. The tone that Steve Kerr shared with us whenever we ask is just whatever. No, he's fine. So, okay, I have no choice but to feel that until this becomes more than 11 games. For you, it sounds like that's already getting to be a pretty large sample.
It's a lot.
I'd need to see that again to really, really sound the alarm. So if we get to a quarter poll of the season,
20 games,
still averaging 10 points a game, then we can reboot this.
You look at Kuminga, Chris Paul, and Andrew Wiggins from 3. They are a combined 14 for 85. 14 for 85. That is 16.47%.
Who'd you say? Wiggins, Paul, and who?
Kuminga.
Oh.
Kuminga's been sneaky bad from 3. So he's 4 of 22.
So all those shots.
Chris Paul is 6 of 37.
Uh-huh.
And Andrew Wiggins is 4 of 26.
So all those shots that Kuminga took on Twitter this year didn't count. That's what you're telling me.
None of them, I'm afraid.
Golly. Because he made them all.
He's 4 of 22, which is better than Chris Paul's 6 of 37, which is better than, hey, now, you're an all-star, get your game on, okay. Andrew Wiggins, 4 of 26.
Well, no wonder they've lost 3 in a row. Quite frankly, you listen to these stats, and it's a miracle that they're 6 and 5.
14 of 85. Meanwhile, Steph is 62 of 139 for 45%. 44.6.
He's been incredible. He's been incredible.
I mean,
it's especially incredible knowing that right now there are no other threats on the floor.
Right.
If I were the defense, just follow him around.
Exactly.
Send 3 people at him. Pick him up at half court. What are you doing? Make the other guys shoot threes. None of them are going in.
And we all know it's a make or miss league, and that's kind of my favorite expression because, of course, it is. Just like in football, it's a catch or drop league. But the Warriors are shooting 44.8% from the floor. Last year, they were 47.9%. So they are a full 31 points lower than they were last year. And if I go to the year before, in which they won a title, they were 47%. So that's about where you want to be. And this year, they're 44.8%. So outside of Steph, nobody is scoring the basketball. And you've got Klay, who's trying, but he misses a lot. And you've got Chris Paul, who can't hit water if he is in the Indian Ocean.
Right.
And you've got Andrew Wiggins, who just simply won't shoot. He's shooting it 10 times a game for whatever reason. So you talk about tonight, and I know you like the Warriors and their chances tonight.
Yep.
But my God, Mark, who's going to score the basketball? I know somebody's going to. They're not getting shut out, but I mean, they might. But I mean,
Well, that's why I'm interested to see it.
Good God.
I'm interested to
Bet
see
the
this.
under.
Well, right. So based on what we're talking about and feeling as Warrior fans, yeah, the Warriors may not get to 50 tonight.
Right.
But they will. So that's what I want to see. How did you do it, Warriors? Because you might get something out of that. You might find something. So let's go on a little journey. Let's see what happens in this one. I bet they're going to surprise you tonight. That would be my bet. Peter King in 10 minutes. We got a lot of Niners stuff to get to. Let's go to Keenan in San Diego. Hey, Keenan, what are you doing?
Oh, man, I was just sitting here finishing up some work, but scratching my head because especially want to get Dibs' take on this. So national media is saying Curry needs to feature Wiggins more. And I'm like, what game are y'all watching? He just won't shoot the ball or he misses it. And I don't think he's comfortable with being a number two. So I think we got to lower our expectations a little bit. Same thing I had to do with Clay. Like, he's not what he used to be. But as far as this narrative that Wiggins is not getting featured, I just totally disagree with it. I just think he's not making shots right now, and the ones that he's taking, he's missing.
Yeah, but you know what, Keenan? They're not asking him to be a number two, and they never have, except for when everybody was hurt. Like, they're not asking Andrew Wiggins to be a number two.
Well, when they won the title, he was their number two.
He was their second best player. But
sure.
I don't even know. Like, I'd have to look. Was he their second scoring average player in those playoffs?
I think in the games that they won, the big games, he was. But in general, it was Clay
average more?
I'd have to look at the exact numbers, but he was their second best player. And as far as what Keenan said, and thank you for the phone call and the kind words, they're never going to, quote, feature Andrew Wiggins. But what Andrew has always done with the Warriors is when he gets the ball, he either attacks the rim or he shoots the three when open. And he's not doing either right now. He's not becoming a big part of the offense in any real perceptible way. He's turning down shots. He's not driving to the basket. He's not getting to the foul line. He's playing without any real force, and that's what you need when you've got Klay Thompson not scoring. Draymond Green has actually upped his game offensively, and he's looked good. And, tonight, I think actually that would be a prop I would look at in terms of the game.
Which one?
Draymond Green player prop. And the points, rebounds, and assists, because Draymond Green is going to have to be a big, big part of the action tonight. And he's going to have to play more than 25 minutes, which is what he's averaging.
No doubt. No doubt. By the way, Grandy just whispered in my ear, Andrew Wiggins in those playoffs 2 years ago, actually the Warriors' fourth leading scorer in the playoffs as a whole, because we forgot Jordan Poole was on the team.
Yeah.
So, Steph?
We could look at the playoffs as a whole. I was more concerned with the last two series because that's when Andrew Wiggins really became a big factor.
But it wasn't all scoring. I'm going to agree with you. He was their second best player because of his effectiveness. But the Warriors never looked at Andrew, tapped him on the shoulder, and went, okay, buddy, go be our second option tonight. They've never done that. That's why he likes it here. That's why he likes it here. He doesn't want that. He doesn't succeed with that. Giving the ball to Andrew and going ISO Joe, that doesn't play. That's what Minnesota tried to do. And it led to all kinds of problems between him and Cat and the fan base and all that stuff. The reason Andrew has fit so well here is because of what they don't ask him to do, as opposed to the other way around. Hell, even when he was gone for 2 months, they didn't even ask him to tell anybody why.
Exactly.
Like, they don't. This organization has been perfect for Andrew Wiggins because they don't put pressure on him.
Well, the pressure's ratcheted up when you don't have Steph Curry.
Sure.
And I'm looking at the Dallas and the Boston series, 11 games. He averaged 18.5 and 8.1. He averaged 18 and 8 in 38 minutes. He shot the ball 16 times a game. His three ball was 29%, but he was aggressive and he played with force. He averaged 18.5 points and 8 rebounds a game. That's the Andrew Wiggins you need. Now, you can't expect him to do that every night, but tonight, for example, you need 19 and 8 from Andrew Wiggins.